Everything I've been trying to say now is your girl is now officially jobless. Guys, it's your girl Omo, and I'm back with another video. I just want to sit and talk and do my makeup. I've missed doing my makeup, so yeah, we're gonna do that. How are you guys doing? How have you been? Talk to me in the comments below. So today I'm going to be gisting you guys while doing my makeup, just gisting you about, you know, life updates basically while doing my makeup. So let's get right into the video. I already prepped my skin off camera. This video is already so long. This video is already very long because I've had to delete a lot of videos to allow for space. So you know what, it's gonna be in 2 parts. So today I'm using the ZKL foundation. So yeah, like I said, I've been gone for a very long time. If I'm right, almost, no, I uploaded twice. Sometime in March, yeah, sometime in March I think I uploaded twice. But so I've not uploaded in about a month now. Mainly because sometime in March I got a job. So I finished my internship. I'm a nurse, right? I finished my internship in October last year, and I was just basically chilling. I decided after October, I was like, I'm going to stay, you know, I'm going to take my makeup seriously. To be sincere, finding a job, you know, a nursing job was not exactly in my plans as at October. But a friend of mine kept telling me, you know, it does not make sense for you to have that gap in between your CV, you know, get a job, So I started searching, like, well, it doesn't hurt to actually have a job. Plus I was bored most of the time, you know. This makeup thing is not all rosy. I was already getting tired of the old search. I searched up until like February and almost February ending or thereabout. One day your baby girl was sent this link. She was like, oh Omo, apply to this one. Initially, to be sincere, when she sent me that link, I think I was doing my makeup the day she sent me the link, so I didn't take it seriously. But then I remembered that I was about to go out of the house. I was like, oh, let me do this. I just sent it. I sent a mail to them, and like a few hours after, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours after, I got a response to the mail. Thank you for the application, or something like that. You know, you have an interview later this afternoon by 4. In my head I'm like, wow, so fast. And I was on my way out, so I had to do the interview. Actually, I remember I did the interview at Domino's Pizza. They interviewed me. Where did you school? All of that. Interview was nice, it was okay. During the interview, they asked the question. They were like, I was interviewing to be an aesthetic nurse. So during the interview, they were like, oh, this one that I don't have any experience as an aesthetic nurse, you know, they would have to train me for a while. I was like, oh, okay. So they were like, they would train me for a while. I was like, okay, what's the duration like of the whole thing? They were like, about a year. To be sincere, I thought when they meant a year, it was like, oh, at the train you and work you, everything will be like 1 year. That was my intention. Mind you, I've not done NYC, so I was like, oh, my NYC period could be, you know, I could do that after a day. I think that day was on a Friday. Yeah, the day I applied was on a Friday. That was the day I applied and did the interview and all of that. Then on Sunday, they just sent me a message. I would have another WhatsApp interview by 9. I was like, by 9? Who interviews on a Sunday? That was still my own thoughts, like, who does an interview on Sunday? By the way, I used the ZKL concealer as well as the LA Girl Pro concealer. The ZKL concealer in shade nude, LA Girl concealer in shade chestnut. And I'm contouring with the ZKL concealer as well in shade Sexy Blackie. A shade. So as I was telling you guys, to be sincere, even up until this point, I didn't know what company, or I didn't know the name of the institution. They called, I just knew it was an aesthetic institution, you know. I knew that was basically the only thing. I didn't know their name, I did not know anything, I didn't even know how big this institution was. They did interview. During the interview, I even remember the questions that they asked. That interview was okay. I didn't even think it made sense. Like, to be sincere, I didn't think they were even going to give me the job, because I thought I flopped the whole thing now. That's how on Monday, this was ending of February, the next day they sent me, what's it called now, employment letter. They sent employment letter to my email. Alas, I was employed. I now decided, oh, let me go and check. How do you do interview without checking the name of the institution or whatever? So I was like, okay, let's go and check. And then I checked them out and I realized that, oh wow, these people are actually really big on the gram. I had never come across their page. Like, that was my first time. I was like, oh wow, these people are actually really big. And then I was checking the page. I was so interested, you know, because if for people that know me, you know, I like serene, I like anything beauty, and me and my skin, we've come so far. I always dabble into so many things just because I want to have a good skin and a nice skin. So it was like, oh wow, I can actually learn a lot about the skin and the whole beauty world. So I was so interested, I was so excited, to be sincere, that this is amazing. In the employment letter, it was stated that I was on a 1-month probation. I was like, oh, fair enough, 1 month. After 1 month, we'll continue working, you know. I started working on the 1st of March. Let me start there. I feel like this video is going to be very long if I continue this story and my makeup, because I feel like I cannot do the two together. Let me just state this, because I feel like this story is actually very, very long and I won't be able to finish it today. So this is just part 1. We'll go with part 2 tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, well, in my next video. So March 1st came. By the way, the job was on the island. I stay way on the mainland, so I had to literally move. I had to stay with my brother. My brother stays on the island, so I stayed at my brother's place. March 1st came. I went there. I was told resume by 12 o'clock. No, by 9 o'clock. Even though in the letter, right, it was written that on Mondays resumption time is not 9. I was told resume by 9 o'clock. I was like, oh fine, okay. I woke up so early because my brother told me, oh, there's traffic around this area, or this. So I had to rush out of the house to ensure that, you know, I don't get there late, because it's not a good impression to get to work your first day at work, then you get there late. It's not a good impression. I got there. I got inside the estate around about some minutes to 9, and locating this place was just so difficult for some reason I don't understand. That one is even so. I was already very pissed off because, okay, it's almost 9 o'clock. Like, I'm trying not to be late. This place is just so confusing. It felt like a maze for some reason, because the numbers did not follow accordingly. So it was really stressful. Eventually, I got to my destination. All for me to enter the place, and my people, not a soul was inside this place. Like, no jokes, not one single soul. I entered. I was expecting somebody to be at the reception to at least say, hi, yes, you are the one, we've been waiting for you. Nobody. I was like, wow. I texted the HR person, like, I'm here now, there's nobody here. He was like, oh yes, somebody will come and meet you. This. He was like, yeah, we actually resume by 12 on Mondays. And then I was like, why then am I here by 9 o'clock? Like, what? After all the stress I went through just so that I could, hello, we could have avoided this. So I was just, it just didn't sit right with me. Like, why did I have to be here by 9 when resumption time is 12? So I had to do a video call with management. Network was terrible. I had to keep going out, coming in. I was already so pissed off. I was already so somehow, you know. But I was like, well, okay, let me keep my cool. As I was there, if you know me, I'm not so patient. I kept texting my friend. I kept texting her, like, can you believe this? Literally, I texted my whole family member. I texted everybody, and I was just complaining. And you know, everyone was just like, okay, just be calm. My kid sister was like, be coming home. She was like, pack a load and be coming. What's all of this? You know, it was just, so I called my dad, because my dad is, I don't know, he's just different with decisions. You know, he likes to take his time, this and that and that and that. So I called my dad now, and I was telling him, okay, this is the situation. This, personally, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing again. Because first of all, I thought about it, the salary, everything, you know, it was there. I took the job because first of all, I was so eager to work. Like, I was idle. I was just bored at home. I don't do well with boredom. So I was like, let me get the job. And I called my dad. I was explaining to him, because I sat down, you know, the 3 hours before 12 o'clock, he gave me time to think, like, do I really want to do this? The salary was not exactly, it was just there, you know. I was earning more as an intern. That morning, it was like that morning was just reality for me, because I now realized, wow, coming to work alone, I spent almost 800 that morning just to get there. Almost 800 just to get there. So imagine 800 to 800 food. That's already 1.6. Like, food is not yet included. And of course, because of the time, you know, most days I wouldn't be able to eat breakfast at home. So I have to think of food, like breakfast and lunch at work. So when I calculated it, I was like, bro, in a day, you guys, I'm using the eyeshadow palette by Blossom, African Mother, the African Queen. Let me see. Yes, African Queen. Sorry, I said African Mother. African Queen. Anyway, so what was my story? So now, 1 month probation started. The Monday just went. I called my dad. My dad was all, you know, you might enjoy it. Just stay, see how the 1 month goes. I was telling him, this salary, transport, that, he was like, well, they will send me money, you know, to help, to assist. When the job started, I realized, oh, I'm actually enjoying it, you know. Like, it was fun, because everything was just interesting to me. It was all skin care and yada yada yada. So it was all just so interesting. Sincerely caught my attention, and I was like, oh, maybe I would even specialize in this, you know. This can be it for me, because bedside nursing can sometimes be if you've worked in government hospital, you know that bedside nursing can vary somehow. So in my head, I'm like, yes, aesthetics is the way to go. I still think it is, because it is fun. So 1 month, like I told you, this, okay, so according to the listing, right, I was, for the 1 month, I was called a trainee aesthetic nurse. That was my job title, trainee aesthetic nurse. So I was not exactly an aesthetic nurse, I was a trainee aesthetic nurse, which was fine, because I understand I don't have any experience in aesthetics. So yes, training. After a month, basically what I was doing, of course, I was just shadowing people, you know, other aestheticians there. I was shadowing them whenever anyone has a job, you know. I had to learn on the job. Everything was sweet, to be sincere. I was really enjoying myself. But my issue was, God, it was stressful. When I say stressful, it was actually really stressful, because I didn't have time for any other thing. no other thing. I was working Monday to Saturday. Closing time was supposed to be 6, but on some days I used to get home. I mean, I used to even close like around 8 sometimes, and then sit in traffic for like 2 hours, and then get home around like 10, 11 some days. I lost weight. I was not eating well because I was trying to save money, you know. My money was not just getting anywhere, so I was trying to save money now. Sure, it was a lot, but because I was enjoying it, I didn't complain. I was just doing my thing. So along the line now, I asked the HR, because that salary could not just continue. I asked the HR, I was like, sir, this salary, at what point will this salary be increased? It was like, after 3 months, you know, then they will review my salary. I was like, oh, fair enough, 3 months. Very soon it will be 3 months, so let's be patient. So I was going on. Mind you, I was supposed to get the actual new contract after a month. So 1 month came. I was waiting for, I met really amazing people, because I was not the only one they employed, so I made new friends. One of them, Evidence, my last 2 videos, yeah, not Evidence. As I was saying, you, they were supposed to give this contract a month after, which was supposed to be April 1st. I remember asking this HR person, the contract, please. He kept telling me, oh, the contract is actually on my laptop. To be sincere, I have drafted out your contract, but the management is here to approve. I said, hey, management is here to approve. Okay, no, while I will wait till management approves. But because, you know, they said they were going to train or something. They said they were going to train, and of course they had mentioned it that, you know, we wouldn't want a situation where we train you, and after training you now decide that you want to be going, right? So, and I had to ask him again that, sorry, this training, how long did you say it would take? It was like, oh, your training is going to be for a year. So if training will be for a year, how long do I have to pay back for? And it was like, it will have to be a 2 years contract. So I was like, whoop. I didn't think I can wait for 2 years, you know. Then I was like, oh no, I don't think so. I don't think 2 years. So like, especially for the fact that I would have to sign a 2 years contract. I didn't know, I just knew that I had to sign for 2 years. But in that moment, you know, I did not realize that. I just thought, oh, if I leave before the 2 years is over, maybe I will forfeit my salary or something. That was what I had in my head, you know, that's the worst. Maybe I'll forfeit my salary. That one is still fair. But apparently that wasn't it. So first month passed now. Nobody gave me any contract. I was just working. For my under eye, I'm using a liner from, I can't even pronounce, Heyyy and Esther. What I had in mind, or what I thought when they said they were going to train us, you know, I thought, oh, training, we'll get certificates, you know, something that would help my CV. Which, to be sincere, I remember asking this HR person, and it was like, oh yeah, you get certificates for the training, you know, because it kept hammering on the fact that this is a very good opportunity, you know, this training is worth millions of naira. If you miss this, you know, you are missing a huge opportunity. It was always hammering on that. So I expected the kind of training where, you know, something that when people see on my CV is like, oh damn it, because what's the point if it does not make a difference on my CV? I just started my career, you know, so everything I do right now should be to help me and help my CV and boost my CV and all of that. You people, contracts came at the end of April. When the contract came, it was given to me, yeah, was it the end of April? Actually, May, this May. It was given to me in May, like maybe the 1st or 2nd of May. when this contract came, I was at work, right? When the HR came, I was like, oh, here's the contract, okay, with the staff update form. This. I'll be expecting you to sign both and, you know, return it in so day. I was like, okay. I was like, at least I can take this home to read, you know, the contract. I was like, yes, why not? So I collected the contract after the day's work. I decided, oh, let me read it. Let me see what the contract says exactly. I read the contract, and my first reaction after reading the contract, I started laughing, because I was like, nah, this contract is not for me. It's not for me to sign. Why?